You can do eyeshadow, I promise. I teach makeup for a living, and I constantly hear from people that they do not know how to do eyeshadow and they can't do eyeshadow. They've tried everything. I promise you, after you watch this video, you will think differently. And this is the look you're about to learn how to create. Obviously, my brows and complexion are already done, so we're gonna start just going straight in with eyeshadow prep. And for that, all you need is a good old full coverage concealer, and a good amount of it. I get asked all the time if we need an eyeshadow primer, and what does that do? You don't. Your concealer is your eyeshadow primer. If you want that added glam effect, you could also use this concealer to carve out your eyebrow, but you should have something like this going on. Notice how you literally cannot see a single vein, any redness, no nothing through that concealer. That's how you know you put enough. I then like to take my pressed powder on a brush and just pack that on to fully mattify and solidify that concealer onto the lid. When it comes to selecting shades for your eyeshadow, I base it on what I'm wearing, what looks best on me. I do not look good in anything smoky, ashy, taupey, silver, none of that. I prefer shades in these two categories, either something nice, warm, and bronzy, or a really rosy pinky. I think we're gonna go rosy pinky today. Brushes are gonna be so important. If you've been using one brush for your entire eyeshadow look, honey, it's time to go to Ulta. I also have some of my favorite Amazon brushes linked in my Amazon storefront. These are from Jessup Beauty, and this is the first brush you're gonna start out with. It's a nice fluffy blender. Obviously, the options are quite literally endless when it comes to eyeshadow. You could do something more winged out. You could do something fully matte versus some shimmer. You can do an all over deeper shade of a lid, or you could do something with darker in the outer corner, lighter in the inner, like your traditional eye look. So don't take this video as saying this is the only eyeshadow look you can ever do. First, you're gonna start out with any matte shade in the lighter category. So you wouldn't wanna go in with like one of your deepest shades first. You can eventually build up to that. You're gonna take that fluffy brush and you're gonna begin placing this in the outer corner. When I say outer corner, I actually mean pretty low down here near your eyelashes. And one thing I like to keep in mind, especially when I've already done my base like today and I have to be a little bit cleaner, is this invisible line that connects from the outside of your last eyelash to the outside of your brow right here. Just packing that shade in the outer corner first and then starting to blend with circular and windshield wiper motions up into the crease. Notice how with this first shade, I'm not being afraid to let it come pretty close up to the brow. This is gonna help us when we start to deepen our shade and get lower and lower, that we don't have any harsh lines. I like to switch brushes every time I deepen my shade, typically to a little bit of a smaller blender. Now you can dip into your next darkest category. Pretty much gonna repeat this process, just ever so slightly go lower than the first shade. I then like to take whatever shades I was using on the top and also smudge them onto the bottom lash line. Now when it comes to the lid, you have several options here. You could go straight in with a shimmer on your lid, a matte on your lid, or if you want things to really pop and be more crisp and clean, you can lay down some concealer first and almost do like a little cut crease situation. I'll show you what that would look like using the exact same concealer that I used to prep my eyelid. It's gonna look very 2016 and harsh at first. Taking a smaller blender, I'm just gonna go around the edges with that clean brush. We're just gonna go all out and do a fun pop of shimmer today. Pack that shade on exactly where you mapped out that concealer. Honestly, I'm not a big liquid eyeliner girl. I love either using a pencil eyeliner or a deep eyeshadow shade with a smudger brush. I'm gonna start out just wiggling that brush along the lash line. Give me this little smudgy definition. You can spice it up a little bit by adding on a little shadow wing. Finish off with a little pop of highlight, inner corner, and on my brow bone because I'm obsessed with glow. Finish off with some lashes and a lip, and here is the final eye look. So there you go. You can do eyeshadow. If y'all give this look a try, please tag me. I absolutely love seeing y'all recreate my look. Follow along for the next one. Bye.